Hi, my name is Chris Willard. I'm one of the technicians here at CJ Spray, and this is the startup and shutdown procedure on our MaxForce 3040 and 4040 generators. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to rotate our key over to the run position. This is going to turn on our main display. In the main display, you're going to see there'll be a wait to start. These are for the glow plugs in our diesel engine, and just needs time for them to warm up. Once it's warmed up, it'll get us back to our main display on our screen. That gives us the ability to go ahead and start it. Once it's started and fully running, you'll notice that the engine RPM will start out kind of low and hesitant, and then it will drastically climb up to 1800 RPMs and stabilize. Once it's stabilized, we'll reach down here to this ball valve to our air compressor, and we'll turn that ball valve on. We do this is very important because we have a lot of internal air pressure inside of our compressor. And so we don't want any of that buildup of oil that's going to be in with that air to then be able to go down line and eventually create problems for ourselves when we have oil inside of our masks or any of that. So following this procedure is very important. For the shutdown process, it's opposite. So the first thing we're going to do is while it's running, we're done at the end of the day, we've already turned all of our breakers and everything off inside of our truck or trailer. We're going to come over to our ball valve and we're going to give it shut. Once that's shut, then we can reach over to our key and we can turn our key off. The engine will then die, and then everything's ready to be put to bed. All right, so let's go ahead and show that process. So starting it up, we're going to turn our key over to the run position. We're going to wait for the wait to start display to go away back to our main screen. Shutdown. One thing that you'll notice is when you go to shut it down, you're going to have a lot of air coming out where that ball valve is. That's why this is important to follow this procedure, especially when you're shutting it down. You have a lot of air that's built up inside the compressor, and you need to be able to bleed that air off in a controlled manner. If we left that ball valve wide open and we shut this off, we're taking all that air that's inside that compressor and we're allowing it to escape rapidly. And when you think about a bottle of soda, if you shake that bottle of soda up and you take that cap off rapidly, what's going to happen? The bottle's going to explode. So that's the same principle that's happening inside of our compressor. So we want to close this valve, that way it bleeds the air off in a controlled manner, because if we don't, all of that soda or that oil that's inside of our compressor, it's going to rapidly go down line, and then you're going to eventually start having that oil show up inside your breathable masks. To know which direction the valve is actually open or closed, one, we have a label on the handle, but as you know, these things can get damaged and get old over time. Easy way to remember is the direction of this handle. If it is in line with our valve, that means it's open. And if it's running in the opposite direction of that valve, then we know that it's closed.